Hi guys. So yesterday I relaxed my hair. The last time I relaxed my hair, and let's note I self-relax, okay? I have been doing self-relaxing from when was it? I started last year. My hair was natural. God, this is so tangled. My hair has been natural, say just say 2017. Yeah, I think that from 2017. I actually been going natural like several times. I think I was first natural around maybe 2009. I was going natural. Then 2012, my hair was like below my nipples. I cut off my hair and then I went totally natural. And that was 2012. And maybe after 3 years, I put in some natural relaxer in my hair. If I can find the link of the natural relaxer that I use, I will add it in. But around 2005, 2016, it was very popular. So I was using a natural relaxer. And then what I did is that I started doing this Korean straight perm. Yes, Korean straight perm. Because I didn't want to go relaxing because at that time I wasn't confident that I could relax my own hair, right? And I heard about the Korean straight perm, and in Japanese they call it straight permo. Yes, but what was great about that perm is that they were telling me that it can last 6 months to a year. Obviously, you will have new growth. And guys, this new growth and how the growth happens, I will tell you this much. Depends on where you are, depends on where you live. That's what I realized with my hair. It depends on where you live, the environment, because your hair texture and the growth will change. Obviously, your hair have a cycle, but besides from that, your hair, your new growth is like the texture of it depends on where you live. It depends on how much mineral is in the water, how much, I don't know if you're gonna call salt mineral, but how salty the water is, the tap water, how hot the water is you're using to wash your hair, whether or not you co-wash or don't co-wash. And co-wash is like what they call it, pre-poo. Like when you're co-washing, say you wash your hair on Saturday, and then maybe like 3 days after you'll wash your hair, but with only conditioner. That's what they're calling co-washing. So it depends on all those factors, and all those factors I realized had like a drastic impact on my hair. So yeah, so then I cut off my hair. I had like a bob, like but it was like a Korean bob. Like I was just sporting Korean style all the time because their bob is so cute. It is so cute. So I saw it and I loved it. And I actually went to a Korean beauty salon, and they did the cut for me. If you want to hear more about this Korean straight permo on black hair, I don't even know if I want to use the term black. It's so interesting. You know, knowledge changes you, right? Or the acceptance of certain belief because, facts change based on evidence, right? And when facts change based on evidence, your belief also change based on where you are, based on time, based on evidence, based on your health, so forth. So, anyways, so everybody's comfortable with black, but I'm going to submit to nature. And in submitting to nature, my skin is, when you go into the crayon box and you look on the color brown, that's exactly what my skin is. I know on camera, I may look not as dark as the crayon, the brown crayon, but normally, like when I have an outfit and it's actually that crayon brown and I put it on, it complements my skin's color so much. And it complements my skin color, yes. So maybe I am maybe a shade lighter than the crayon box. But what I notice, like certain things, maybe when I have a tan in the summer, I cannot wear brown because then I look naked. You see? So that's how I think like my true color, you know, like on average in the winter, because sometime in the winter you look a little fairer, sometime in the summer if you're out in the in the sun you get darker. I'm talking like the average of that. I think the average of that, I am brown, maybe one shade lighter, but I am brown. And because I bought like a brown lipstick, right? Like this is like legitimately brown. And when I put it on my face, but I guess it's controversial because my lips are dark. Okay, so maybe like my lips here is more the crayon box. hmm I think that's what it is. Because you can see the dark here. And guys, don't get offended by dark because I love me my chocolate. I love how my complexion is. Actually, people like to talk about how they were teased for their complexion, blah, blah, blah. I kid you not. When I was a child, I used to cry. I was devastated when I first heard the term black. Not to have this in like a black white conversation. This really wasn't my intention, but we're alive. We're just enjoying ourselves. Okay. So, yes, I was embarrassed that I was not authentic black. Like, I legitimately, I know, like, I'm sure I'm not the only person who have experienced that because, as a child, you're very idealistic. And when you hear something that is true, you want the truth. You don't accept like things that are in the gray area. It's either black or white, or you don't accept gray areas, right? So when I first heard that term, I knew I was of African descent for sure. But when I first heard the term, I was embarrassed that I was not black enough. And I would love to go into the sun because I really wanted to be dark. I didn't want to be dark. I wanted to be black because in my mind, like I had this way of thinking when I was a kid. If I'm something, I want to be the best of it. So if you tell me I'm black, I want to be black. I wasn't I wasn't satisfied with being this color. I didn't really like I think I just was like not correct. I didn't hate myself, mind you, but I want to be the true me. And if I was looked at this way and I looked and I'm like, no, there needs to be improvement. I need to go darker and darker and darker. I need to achieve. I need to be the blackest girl ever. That's what I wanted to be. I know it's controversial. Yeah, yeah, but this is what I was like, you know? I was this precocious person, you know, and if I'm something, I want to be the best at it, okay? That's how I was at the time. So I got off the track talking about that. But yeah, so back to it. So I think that my complexion is plus or minus the actual color in the Crayola box, right? I know Crayola is a brand, but yeah. So this is what happened. Okay. What was I talking about it? I don't even know. Anyways, guys, so yeah, so as I was saying before, I went to the Korean place and I got my hair cut and I loved it. And since then, I don't think if I had gotten trims, it wasn't to remove the cut, right? It wasn't to like, so my hair kept on growing because I cut my hair lower, but it was already in the style. So like hair was high, hair was low, there was low, there was low, and here was like middle. So my hair kept on growing with that shape still. I may trim, but obviously I didn't trim like a lot more at the front to balance the back or anything like this. So anyway, so last year I decided, you know what? I wanted to cut off my hair because I was in the Caribbean and I was there for, let's say, 1 year. And my hair got so beautiful. So beautiful. It was soft and easy to comb, manageable. Like when I was a kid, I we weren't rich, right? But we weren't poor either, right? But we were not using things like conditioner and these things are detangler. Like these things are what you hear about on TV. And conditioner is something that you use in the hairdresser, right? Or adults who had relaxed hair was using conditioner. But if you were just a girl, when you're washing your hair, it's just shampoo. And the shampoo that I was using wasn't no special shampoo either. It was like basically, to my understanding, it was like the cheapest thing on the market. But this shampoo, it was like to my understanding, it was like egg based, you know? So I don't know. It was very cheap shampoo, and I got the idea that it was made from eggs, or maybe some ingredient from the eggs was in there. But that was my idea of it. But that's all I used in my hair. I didn't detangle anything. I just went under the sink because I used to wash my hair in the sink. And as a child, and I'm talking age of like 7, 8 years old, I'm washing my own hair, yes. And then the only help I had after that was with like a white teeth comb. I think maybe my white teeth comb was probably wide like this, but the two were like thicker. And that was it. And I never had problems combing my ear. Sometimes it'd be a little hard, but it wasn't much of a big deal. Now I cannot go without conditioner, but at that time, I guess the quality of my hair in terms of the strength, I'm not talking about for A, for B, for C, none of that. My hair was just average Caribbean hair as far as I'm concerned. So while I was there for the 1 year, my hair got back to that, right? And I'm realizing now from that experience that what had happened is just the environment. You know, I don't know, they're saying that humidity, but I've experienced humidity. I don't really think there's a humidity problem in the Caribbean. Like the place either does hot or It little chilly, depends on where you live. But we don't really have much of a big problem, in terms of the climate. I mean, sometimes it rain a lot, like too much. And then you have hurricane season, of course, you have the earthquake and thing. But that don't happen every year. But nowadays, I think nowadays they're having a lot of um rainy months. Like maybe it would have happened before, maybe every 2 years or even more than that. But now it seems as if it's something that occurred more often. Anyway, so my hair got back to it was very nice, and so I understand why when I was a kid I didn't need conditioner because my hair had so much moisture in it, you know? So I left, then I was in a different environment, and the water was a killer on my hair. It had so much minerals in it that I just started getting split ends, and the end of my hair was so rough. So that's why I decided that, okay, I'm going to cut off my hair, and then, because I think I could just cut off the rough parts, but then the people, they refused to cut my hair. Every time I go to the salon to cut my hair, it's a problem. And you may say, oh, yeah, it's a problem when you go to hairdressers who are from the Caribbean or Africa. But no, even Caucasians, they don't want to cut my hair. Like, I go there to chop off my hair, and they're trying to convince me why I should not cut my hair. So I didn't get it cut. I went to an Ethiopian place. This lady would not want to cut my hair. Like, I try. It's my hair. I'm paying the money. I want my hair to be cut because it's damaged. They just cut as much as little as they could, well, as they are willing to do. They didn't care if it was my money or not. Like, they just don't want to cut my hair. Okay, so this is when I decide, okay, I'm going to relax my hair because maybe in this environment I don't know how to keep my hair well, to keep it from getting this roughness, and to keep it moist and to prevent split ends, which a lot of people might say, I mean, it should be easier when your hair is natural. But for me, it seemed as if it actually wasn't. And I had my hair natural for many intervals, 3 4 years like this. So it's something that I've experienced, so I said, okay, maybe this is not for me, because when my hair was relaxed before, till it was like below my boobs, I never had this problem. Okay, so I said, okay, maybe it's better that I have relaxed here. So I went back to relax here. So that's what happened. And I cut my hair again. October, I think, because the ends was damaged again. Can you believe it, guys? But this time I found a lady, and she was more encouraged to cut more off. She was Caucasian, yes. And yes, she didn't want to cut my hair, yes. And I had to bargain with her, like, please cut, 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 because I don't know what I'm doing to my hair, but it keeps on damaging, and I don't want this damage. And my hair had grown a lot from the cut that I had last year. Like, when I had relaxed my hair was like maybe pretty much hair, right? And then when October, my hair was like here, right? And then she cut it to about here. She cut maybe like this much. She cut it here like 5 centimeters. She cut here, right? Or maybe like here she cut it. And now I relaxed my hair yesterday, and it seemed as if my hair has grown again. That's nice. This is one thing I like about my hair. I think maybe a lot of people hair is like this. I think most people, your hair have a length that it's comfortable with. And when it's at that length, it stays there. It stays there. I know people say that your hair is growing all the time, and it is true. But my hair, maybe the real gist of it is that your hair is growing all the time. Yes. It has the cycle, yes. But your hair it has a maximum length, which it will be healthy and thick, I guess, without effort. Without effort. Because I didn't do anything for it to grow. Okay? So without effort, it was going to grow to that length. Healthy if you're not applying anything that you know is damaging to your hair. Let's not talk about a relaxer, but healthy enough. It will just grow on its own to that length all the time, right? And when you cut it, it's just going to grow back to that very length that it's comfortable at. And it's going to grow back there very quickly because that's where it likes to be. So I think that is what happened, or that's happened to my hair. Whenever I cut it, it grows very quickly. It wants to go back to where it likes to be. And I'm very happy about that because some people don't have that, and I'm very lucky enough that my hair likes that. Okay. Because I like long hair. I like long hair. For me, my hair has been long as I can remember. I never had a problem with length. But I had been tired of it because it's like my norm. And I had wishes to cut it off. And it's been drama, because people are not encouraging when you want to cut your hair. But I wanted a new look. I don't want to have the same look all my life. And that is why I had cut my hair so much times, you know. But the truth is, my hair has to be um my hair has to be like short or long. The middle thing don't work for me at all. Don't work for me at all. If I change my hair, if I haven't had my hair at a middle length, right? And then I put in like a weave or put in a wig and it is middle length, it looks okay, good. Because I guess because you haven't seen it, it looks fresh and different, fine. But in terms of the entire aesthetic, if I change it to short hair, like very short hair, it's like a whoa, you know? And then if you see it at the middle length, you'd be like, yeah, it doesn't really work. I need my hair has to be like very short. But if you see it at the very long, you'd be like, whoa. So it's a thing. It doesn't fit my face, this medium length hair. Bob, these kind of thing. It has to be a short bob or a long or long hair. Otherwise, don't work. I heard that. I mean, I getting to understand how the whole aesthetic work, and it has a lot to do with your face shape. I never noticed all this time. I'm just realizing because now I'm trying to pay attention to these things. So it has a lot to do with your face shape. It has a lot to do with your body type, like if you're top heavy or bottom heavy or where the fat is distributed in your body, how your face shape, or your eye shape, how your nose shape, how they got together. Like you have to look on you, right? And based on the look that you desire, you balance out things, because sometimes some people have too much of a good thing, right? So they have to balance it. Like I have a friend, she's Venezuelan. Her hair is super thick. It's so beautiful. You'd never believe it. But for those people who have thick hair, you better believe it. People who don't have thick hair, they hate it. It's too much. It's a problem. You would think that the thicker the hair, the better, right? I would want like very thick hair. I used to have very thick hair, and to me, it was just normal. It's because my hair is not thick anymore. That is why I'm like, whoa, you know, because I damage my hair a lot, chemical, everything. But I used to have thick hair. I used to have very thick hair, like very voluminous hair, right? But, I destroyed my hair. But those people who have that hair is a struggle for them. And they literally, what they have to do is to balance out their hair, right? They actually cut their hair to be thin or have a thin like effect. It's actually a problem. So you can have too much of a good thing, right? Because some people have very thin hair and it's a problem. And some people have very thick hair and it's a problem, right? So everything in life, as you know, is all about balance. So, yeah. So, and it's unique to you also, because if your face is small and you have this big mop head, then it never work for you. You know what I'm saying? So you'd have to like kind of cut your hair based on your face, how your face look, you know, and based on your height, you know, based on how your eyes look. Maybe you have like Chinese eyes. Yes, I'm not trying to be racist, but when I said Chinese eyes, you know what I'm talking about. Okay? I'm talking about monolids, or if you have eyes like this. And that's not racist, because you have black people who have eyes like that, and you have Caucasian. My ex-boyfriend had eyes like that, and he's as white as they come. Okay? But he had these eyes. He had these eyes. When you look at him, that's all you see. You think he's biracial. He's not. He's not biracial at all. But he has Asian eyes. Okay? I don't know if it's right to call it Asian eyes. I don't know I'm sure it's not Asian. It's just a particular eye shape. It's maybe dominant in one race, because I would say, not knowing the science, but I'm just going to put it out there to say that Asian tend to like to stick to each other, right? So they more believe in marrying each other in terms of other Asians, okay? And so therefore these genetic traits are going to become stronger and stronger. So I'm thinking that's one of the reasons that most of them will have these eyes. It's just one of the reasons, guys. This is not the only reason. I'm sure there's major reasons, but this is just one of the reasons. Because if you keep on reproducing with the same type of person, the features there will just get stronger and stronger and stronger and be more present as the generation multiply, right? So they're not into the mixed thing for the most part, right? And this have Indians, all in people there. Indians are Asians also, okay? So they tend to pass down these same traits, okay? And but they're not exclusive to this race, as I tell you. Caucasians have this kind of eyes also, and I'm sure African people have this. Yes, I know African people have this kind of eyes, okay, and they're not mixed, okay. So that kind of eyes are talking about. So whatever you have, based on the look that you like and that you think you makes you look more attractive, or the look that you want to sport, whatever you want to do. You have to balance out your whole face. You have to balance out um, your makeup, your hair, your clothes, and your motive, because how you dress, it's a motive. It depends on your mood, and it depends on your intention in life, and it depends on your identity, right? Because there's some clothes that I would not wear in public, you know, because I don't identify as that kind of person. However, doesn't mean that I don't want to wear that clothes. It's just that I'd probably wear it at home. Or, you know what I do sometimes? Buy them, put them in my drawer, and you never wear them. You just fantasize about wanting to dress or look that way, but you just don't do it, you know, because I guess it's not a part of your core values, or it's not a part of your core identity. While you have people who will wear it every day, anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the sexiest things, you know, but you rarely see me on the road with the sexiest things, you know. If you see me on the street, or you'd more think, oh, this girl is so conservative, um, you know, conservative like this. But then you look in my drawer, there's nothing conservative about it. Nothing. Short shorts, see through, mesh, the works. I love them. Okay, like the material, like the browns. I have a lot of brown because it make you look naked. But when I'm going on the street, I dress very conservative. And I'm not dressing to be conservative. It's just without thinking, this is how I put myself conservative. Okay. I don't want to be conservative, but this is what happens all the time when I put an outfit together. It becomes conservative. Okay. And if I want to dress sexy, I have to consciously think about dressing sexy. Like, I have to make a conscious decision. Okay. Sometimes I even surprise. Sometimes the conservative things even look sexy too. It's not because you're conservative don't mean that you're not going to look sexy, you know. But it's not it's not sexy as in, you know, boobs are out. You can see your skirt is so short. Not that kind of sexy. Yeah, I'm not going to choose these outfits where you can see your underwear, or I guess you guys would call it slutty or whatever, but I don't have a problem with those styles. It's just that, yeah, it's not gonna pass my gate. That's it. The butt slipping out of the shorts. Yeah, you're not gonna see me on the street like that. Like, I wish I could wear it. Um, because, you know, I like my body. But really, I'm not gonna wear it because I don't know, I just don't program kind of way there, you know? So yeah, maybe one day. As I said, for me to do it, it has to be a very conscious and deliberate action. Okay. So, anyways, I was talking about my hair. So, yes, I'm relaxed it yesterday. I'm relaxed my hair yesterday. And I must tell you, the best relaxer in the world, I guess, for my type of hair. But I must say, one of the best relaxer, because I've been relaxing my hair since I was, well, not myself, but been going to the salon maybe since I was like 15, right? And most of the time I was using Revlon, and at that time. Then for a long time I was using Shea Moisture, I think so. Olive oil relaxing kit thing. Why? Because we could just buy the kit and carry it, and it did have olive oil, some moisture. So that's why I was buying it. But every now and then, when I didn't carry my relaxer, my salon lady, Tanisha, the best in the world, she would use a firm. I tell you not, a firm is the best relaxing system ever. I have it even close to me. I was actually relaxing my hair right here by myself yesterday. Affirm. Now, where I am, it's hard to get good relaxer. All they have is the one in the box, and the box I was using because it was convenient, but I didn't understand much about relaxers. And then I found out that the box actually have some kind of solution that changes your hair color, make it lighter, bleach it. You know, it's very maybe sodium oxotride. You know, I know the word, but I don't know why I'm saying it wrong. So actually, my hairstylist has told me from long time that it's better to get the professional one. You know, but I was getting that one in the box because it always said like no lie, and I was really afraid of the burns because had gotten badly burned. That is why my hair is thin now. It's very, very badly burned to my hair, like fall out literally. Believe it, right? And so I was really afraid of like the professional ones, and I didn't want to get the burn. No, which one I was using long time? No, no, no. Before the box one, I was using a lot of. It wasn't like a yellow bucket. Yeah, and I used to buy like the bucket for real, and I used to take it to the hairdresser. I don't remember the name of it, but I was a good one too. But this one is the best. Affirm. So when I had relaxed my hair, second time I had gone to a Cuban um, lady to do my hair. Right? I prefer I prefer Caribbean people in my hair. These are my preference. Caribbean people first. Then it can be Cuban or Ethiopian. These people are good with hair. I've never tried Brazilian, but definitely I would go to Brazilian. Then Caucasians. They're very good with hair too. Like they may not know what to do with the hair, but they're very careful, which is why I don't mind going to like a European salon or something like that. They're very careful. African salon, hell freaking no. I know African is a very broad word because Ethiopians are African. I say Kenyan, Nigerian. I have the first time I saw one, I said, okay, I'm gonna try because they're from the motherland. They understand my. I was impressed by these stores. I've never been there, but when I saw the salon, I was like, yeah, African, you know. Kenya, yes, like I'm thinking like they know the real deal, like they know what to do with my hair, they know about my hair, they're going to tell me some treatment that I've never heard before, because probably something local from their country and them have it like that. And no, I tried so much times. And I'm like, okay, this never work out. Maybe it's the person wasn't good, so I try again, same result. Try again, try again, try again. I'm like, okay, maybe Kenya not working with me. Let me try Nigerian. Try. No, okay. I'm saying, okay, let me change. Try. Epic fail all the time. Zilch. Done. My last try was the Ethiopian. That is why I haven't like write off African hair salons. I just not going to Kenyan and I'm not going to Nigerian. That's all I know. I don't know about the other countries in Africa. I just know about these two. Because these people are everywhere, like Kenyan and Nigerians are everywhere. I try with them so much times. And look, I'm not trying to child abuse my hair. So enough try. I gave you like too much try. The one time I went to Ethiopian, brilliant. The one time I went to the Korean, brilliant. Yes, they didn't really understand, but when they don't understand, but they're patient and they try and they experiment, and they're very gentle. They're not just no. They look at the hair. First time I went to like a Korean, they look at the hair. They call the other people. They look on the texture. They talk, 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 talk. Then they devise a plan and decide, okay, this is how they're going to approach it. And they may take forever. Okay, and I'm okay with that. You know why? Because I know they're not used to my texture, but I prefer they're careful and take forever more than just tearing out the bejesus out of my scalp. So they did a very good job, you know. So yeah. So and then I tried the Ethiopian. These people don't want me to cut my hair at all. But they treat my hair very well. So that is why I'll always go to this kind of salon. Can't trust nobody else. And this is by experience, as I told you. Anyways, so yeah. So I'm doing my hair yesterday. And it seemed like a big disaster when I was doing it, because I used to do my hair every 6 weeks, right? When I had my official Tanisha salon. But Tanisha is on different moves, you know what I'm saying? So I don't have Tanisha anymore. So I decide, okay, what I'm going to do, I am going to relax my hair every 4 months. That was my thing, right? And I was doing that. And then I changed it to every 6 months. So, guys, the last time my hair was relaxed, my relaxed hair, my hair, this is the third relaxed for the year. Yes, and I know the year have 6 months only twice, but I did it in January, right? So there was 6 months that was in 2020, right? That is how it ended up like this. And then I did it in June, and now it's December. And I almost never do it because my hair don't even look like it wants to do. But I could feel it changing. That is why I tell you, said the environment have a lot to do with it. I can feel it changing, but it never really changed. You know what I'm saying? Like it never, like the front part, you could see the front part natural out, right? But that was it for the most part. Like it never, the middle, like within only the front, I just saw at all. You could see like, well, it kind of have some new growth, and it wasn't even a lot. It was, you can see it, but it's like when I used to relax my hair every 6 weeks, the front part looked like after say 3 weeks of relaxing or 4 weeks of relaxing. That's how the front part they look, right? And normally when I was relaxing my hair at that time, by the time it reached the 5th week, like the middle, everywhere else would be like very grounded. Like the hair would be like just grounded on my scalp. Like everything would be thick, right? And you can't comb it, at that point. When you get into that level, I used to like, because every Saturday I would go to the to get my hair washed, right? But when it was doing that now, I would go to the salon to get it washed, and then before it get grounded on my scalp again, I would just get it relaxed. But during this last 6 months, it never get like that at all, right? I was even wondering if my hair was growing, because I tell you, say, even recently, I think a lot of my hair fell out, and I don't know why. I literally felt it, like hair was like falling out. I don't know if it's the cycle. I felt like I was gonna get bald. I don't like, a lot of my hair fell out, a lot, right? Like the how my hair was never like this. Now my hair is thin. My hair was never like this. But right now, when I just started to do the setting and I had used my mirror, right? I saw that my hair growing back. Like there's a lot of short hair. So you can see that the hair is actually growing back. Like it fell out and now I guess it's growing back. Maybe it was crazy shedding. Crazy shedding, yeah. But I can see it, like when I hold the hair like this, it's thick. Most of it thick up to here. And here start get a little bit thin. Like the thickness, you can feel it. But even down here, when you look on this scalp here, it kind of look thin, right, to me, right? The closer you get, the more thick it feel, right? So you can see that, well, I guess this is the mature part of it. And I can see that it's actually growing back. I was quite surprised. I thought it would just be just thin right out, but when I was looking in the mirror, you see the short hair, you see the hair coming up, you see it, like a lot of pieces growing back. So I'm very happy about that. That is not like my hair is getting thin. It's just probably shed. It just probably had a major shedding, and it coming back. Yes, I couldn't set this here properly. So I just wrap it around like this. Yes, I have my bag of setters right beside me. I'm just gonna do this. It's a long time I don't set my hair, guys. I was so I've been setting here since around 8 years old. My stepmother used to have me wash her hair, relax hair. She had like very thick hair, but her hair was very short. Never grow. Those people, like very fair complexion, very fair complexion. I mean, very fair, right? But then they have this thick hair, like they have the hair quality. She have like a she have like a 4C or even thicker. But it wasn't a shrinking hair. She have that kind of hair. But if you look at her skin color, she look almost white. You know, straight nose, everything. But you have like 4C here or 4F. Is there 4F? But not even 4C. I would say 4F. And our hair was like the longest our hair grew was like this. And this was when our hair was relaxed. Our hair was like this long when it was relaxed, you know? But our hair had a lot of body. A lot of body. Our hair was thick, which is good. She have high quality hair. It was very strong, but it never really grew more than like this, you know? But very healthy hair. And I was there washing her hair. Can you imagine the 8-year-old me wash and set? It's easy to do other people hair than it is to do yours, right? Wash and set her hair, she and her sister. Her sister was darker, but her sister had probably like a 4B. This is how Caribbean people are, okay? They're blood sisters. They look two different complexion. One is very dark, but one have like more wavy hair, and the one other had like a 4F. Okay. So this is how it is, okay? This is how Caribbean people are. So this is how it is, right? And she was not biracial at all. So I was doing her hair and her sister hair, but her sister hair was long too, you know? Her sister hair was like long hair in the natural state, not even talking relaxed. Natural, sister hair was like long hair, right? And she was relaxed, hers, she was this one, you know? But they both have healthy hair, and it was me every night. You should see me, little ear roll me. A wash hair, deep treat. Well, I never deep treat every night, but deep treat hair, steaming hair, parting, and do all these things. Mind you, I wasn't doing it for myself because my hair was. This is how I know to put the thing. I used to start from the middle like this, and then the side. It depends on what is happening and the type of setter she have. I would do hair and then go down like this. But her setters obviously was way smaller. I think her biggest setter was like this. Mine is like the large one. I bought this pack. Professional roller set. Yeah. And this one is the extra large jumbo. Let me look carefully. Tell you the right thing. Yeah, this is the extra jumbo roller set. This to me not really jumbo. But according to them, with the cover it is. The roller set that my hair just used to use. Easily big like this. Or some of them was even bigger. Bigger than this. I guess the salon is different because then she know how to use those. And those don't have like the covers. You know? She used to use like the pins, and I don't know how to do that. Because I'm used to doing other people hair. I didn't start doing my hair until last year, as I told you. You know, I can do somebody hair very well, but you know it's different when you are doing your own hair and when you don't have mirror. You know that is why hair is so kind of itchy patchy because I can't see what I'm doing, and this is different doing your own hair. Plus, I don't have no lottabody. Yes, I was doing my hair before this video. I'm gonna say, you know what? Well, I'm gonna just make a video because I was watching a video. I was watching a video of another lady, and I'm like, this lady is just on money moves. Everything basically, you know, life is like this. Like, people are basically living their best life. Like, growing up, so you need to be kind, blah, 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 all these values, and you learn them, and these are good things. These are good ways to live. But the truth of the situation is that everybody is minding their own business. And the smart of us is just busy making money moves. So meanwhile, I am there watching this woman's video. She's getting rating, and I could be watching my own. I could be making my own, right? But why I didn't do it before, I was thinking, you know what? I don't have nothing to put on the video, blah, blah, blah. But I could just put my everyday life, right? And I was thinking I don't look cute enough. I don't have enough makeup. But, you know, as they say, the best video is the one you make. So this is why I decided to do this, because I'm doing it anyways. So why not make a money move? I was listening to a video, right? And the girl was talking about how she was in the club and there was a stampede and she was on the ground and then somebody threw up, and then the stampede, they managed to avoid the vomit. So people, nobody wants to step in the vomit. They're very conscious of that. But she was on the floor and people was standing up on her head, her throat. She said she died and came back. If you watch her video, I don't think she was exaggerating. But even if she's exaggerating, right? The point is that the lady fell and people were just on top of her and people didn't care. And somebody vomited and the whole crowd part from the vomit, but they never part with her on the ground. They didn't, I mean, they could at least even part, you know, like avoid her, like go to the left, go to the right. They don't even want to pick her up. No. They trampled all over her. And it wasn't like an emergency. They were just going outside for a party, for a continuation of the party. So people are just minding their own business, living their own life, and the only thing they're interested in is to making money moves. If you're smart, or if you're not interested in that, they're just trying to do whatever it takes to be happy. So that's why I'm gonna say, you know what? Nobody may not see, people may not see this video, but the best video to have is the one that you made. Somebody might enjoy it, you know? I mean, why not? Why not? Why not? Look at my hair. It's so crazy. You know, I was in, because I know sometimes people just need to talk and sometimes people just need to listen. Other times I just need to talk. All right. So, I was, what am I going to tell you about? Look, I can't believe some my hair grow this long after a couple weeks. Maybe close to 6 weeks or something. 6 weeks. I would love to show you how they cut it. Now you would see. Because it's straightened. Anyway, so yeah, I mean sometimes some people get lonely, and I think this YouTube is a good thing, you know, because it serves a lot of purpose, because some people just need to hear another human being in the background. And sometimes that alone is good for them, you know, to prevent them from going into deeper stress or help them even to come out of their stress, you know, because we're all social creatures, right? And we need to socialize. But the thing is that there's so much people in the world, but most of us has no friends, right? So when you go online and you just find a video of somebody just talking, sometimes that is all you need, you know, just to help you. Sometimes, because I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know you, you don't know me, we don't owe each other anything. But online, I can be honest with you, you know. And what I'm doing is probably not very pretty because I don't have on any makeup. That's the reason I don't do a lot of videos, because I'm thinking, oh, I have to go put on makeup, I have to do my hair, blah, 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 you know? But that's not what you want to see all the time, you know? Sometimes you just want to see somebody in their natural, you know? Somebody that you can identify with, right? And sometimes that person looks like me. Sometimes they don't, but sometimes they do, you know? Sometimes you just want a nostalgic experience because you probably don't even care about me doing my hair. But the fact that I'm using this roller set, it might remind you of your mother or your grandma, or some experience you had, or even you when you had similar hair, or I don't know, something might just you can identify with. Sometimes that's all you need, you know? So why not spread the love? Share the love. You know, last night, normally I don't watch Netflix, you know, because to me, everything there is boring. I would probably just watch one, two things. Like, there's this lawyer show that I like to watch, Suits. And I would watch it. What else? Modern Family, that's it. Nothing else. So I was online, and then I don't know what happened, but somehow I decide, which is like totally left field for me, that I need to watch like a romantic movie. I don't watch romantic movies, guys. Actually, I try to prevent watching romantic movies. Yes, I like chick flicks, but the romantic ones, no. I just like to see confused girls going through stuff like like one of my favorite movie chick flick is what's it called? American Sweetheart. I love that movie, you know? But you see how old that movie is to tell you how much I don't watch movies. People would ask me like what is good to watch, and I can't think of anything because I'm not watching movies. I don't know what is hot, what is nice. I have to be thinking about things from long time ago that I hear are supposed to be good. Like when people ask me about good movies, like if they want to watch action, I don't know any action movies because I'm not watching any. Right? So I have to be thinking, oh well, I heard that Pulp Fiction was good. So I'm like, oh yeah, Pulp Fiction. Did I watch Pulp Fiction? Yes. Do I remember? No. But I know a lot of people are crazy over it. So I'm like, Pulp Fiction? And if they ask me what's a romantic movie, it'd be like, hmm. In high school, I was reading this book. I didn't read it, but another class was reading it. Where they were drinking from the water fountain. That's all I remember about it. Oh, there's a romantic movie. What it's called that everybody liked. Um, there's Titanic and The Notebook. Yes. So that's how much I don't know movies because that's how I draw from movies. Like all traditional things that I've heard about that I might or might not watch. Like the other day, somebody asked me about this movie, which is very old. They said, "Okay, you're supposed to watch it already." So they asked me. They say, "Breakfast at Tiffany." So I'm like, well, maybe I watched it when I was a kid because I used to like watching black and white movie. But I've never watched Breakfast at Tiffany's. And I guess everybody watched it, but I just okay, like so I watched Breakfast at Tiffany's. But really, guys, big and serious. I don't know anything about movies, okay? So never ask me about movies. I think I probably need to get better. But when it comes to TV, don't ask me anything. I am clueless. I don't even know how to use the TV most of the time. That's how much I'm not messing around with TV. So with Netflix, it's not even my Netflix, to show you that I'm not even ordering Netflix. Here's like Hitchy Patchy. Here looks better. Oh my god, there's so much tattoos in my hair. I wonder if I should do these over. I don't know the use of doing it over because I don't plan to go to bed with this in my hair. I'm just doing it because I just happen to be home and I think it's some kind of TLC for the hair. I want to pull this out. Look at all of this hair outside. But this, never want to pull out all of this in a. But it's not good for the hair. Have all of them left out something here. Oh my god! I'm pulling out everything. Everything. Okay, I'm pull out that one here, and then maybe last one. I think this can work on. So, what am I gonna do with this now to make it neat? Yeah, what I was saying to you now. Like, what am I gonna do? Gonna make it smaller. Like this. Yeah, so this is one of the things that I was doing when I was younger. I was using this comb. I don't remember what they call them, but it was like my best friend since I was doing hair so often. pigtail comb or something they were calling it. Maybe they don't call it that, but that's what they used to call it in my community. Pigtail comb or pigtail comb, whatever. So based on that experience, as a child, kind of automatically like about a lot of things, like when I decided to set my hair, I was thinking, you know what? I used to use lottabody. Anybody knows this lottabody? I wasn't even sure what it was. I just knew that I was using it a lot when I was a kid. And I was using it especially when I was setting the hair. It doesn't matter if it was wet or dry, but I was using it. I used to use this thing called sulfur also, because my stepmother, she was one of those evil stepmothers, for the record. She had dandruff. She had like this was like a serious case of dandruff. Like you would part her hair, and literally, this was not snowflakes. This was like blizzard, blizzard, blizzard. That's how much she had it bad. So what happened that when I was doing her hair now, I had to use a sulfur. I think I was mixing it with something. You see, my little pitney, right? Young child. And I knew I had to use sulfur in her hair. Sulfur and something I was rubbing together. And I was putting it on her scalp. And then I would use some of the lottabody and spray the hair and then set it. So anybody who have dandruff, sulfur is very good. Since as an adult now, I learned that actually sulfur is good for dandruff. It is like a antimicrobial situation. But at the time I was just using it because that's what it says to use. Right? And it really helped prepare scalp, because sometimes when you part her hair, right, you'll see like mountains of white and like heaps, right? And then when you, I don't want to say scratch, but I mean, no kidding, she had like a lot, right? So you had to scratch it out, right? Gently though. And even when you do it gently, you see like her scalp get irritated or it will bleed. I'm telling you, she had like a serious case. At one point, I was using the sulfur shampoo also to wash her hair because she had a major problem. Like, this was no joke. You would part her hair and it'd be like a whole lot of clumps. That's what was going on, clumps. Maybe because she's wicked. That's why. Because she was wicked. That's why them things reach her, No, she was wicked for real. Cinderella and her evil stepmother. God, I was Cinderella. Cinderella. But the Cinderella wanted perfection. So even though I was treated like Cinderella, I wanted to do everything good. I wanted to be good at what I was doing. I wanted to do a good job. So I was Cinderella, but I took pride in my job. I was reading this book, guys. The title of it was No More Mr. Nice Guy. I think it's Robert Glover. You know, when I hear Robert Glover in my head, I think about this actor, this African American actor. I don't know if he's African American, but maybe he's African American. But I saw the name and it just came to me that this is Robert Glover. Anyway, so he wrote the book, and he's saying that people who have been traumatized tend to become people pleaser in their adult life, right? And this is how they get validation. So, and people are traumatized. Different ways you can be traumatized, and one of them is like neglect and verbal abuse and all these things, right? So he was saying they become obsessive with their work, right? Because this is how they get approval, acceptance. And maybe this is what I was doing, you know? Even though I was Cinderella and I knew I was Cinderella, despite all of this, I wanted to be the best Cinderella ever. And it's true because I clearly remember times where I just didn't want her to be unhappy, even though she hated me. So I remember one time, but it's not, it didn't happen one time, but distinctly. I remember that sometimes I would see like she was sad, and then I noticed every time I was sad, she was happy. So I was saying, okay, I need to be sad so that she can be happy, you know? So I programmed myself to like not be happy so that she can be happy. It was crazy. That's how much into being perfect I was. So whatever I did was like optimal standards. So that is why at that age they would allow me in their relaxed hair because they know as bad as things was, I will not stop until I have a perfect situation. And then they use it to their advantage. You know? I also saw from the book evidence of people that I know. Like one effect of it is like these people, they will attach themselves to people with this kind of trauma, attach themselves to people who shows similar effect of this trauma. Then I remember this part quite distinctly that they would either become emotionally detached to the person and only and then show a face to the rest of the world, pleasant face to the rest of the world. And I can say that I have seen that. And when I read that in the book, I was shocked because I know I have seen definitely that distinct character. So, guys, it's good when you read, because you find out things about yourself that you didn't know was a thing, right? You find out why you behave a certain way, or you find out why people you're in your environment is a certain way. I mean, humans are complex creatures because we have more than one experience, and we all interpret that experience based on who we are. But still, you still can have an idea what is going on in your environment when you find out more. It may not be conclusive, but you are far more educated or aware of why things are going the way they are and whether or not you have the ability to make it better. Like my hair. Look, it's getting looking better. Remember there was this big gap? It's not there anymore. and there were hair like flying everywhere. It's not there anymore, so I'm very happy. Hair looks chaos now, but it's okay. This look more uniform, but it's okay. God, this is a lot of setters in my hair. I need maybe this one. Can make it in a two, but it can work with one also. Let me check. Like all my setters are almost done, at least the big ones. I can find a second one. I find two. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed my talk, and I hope somebody actually watches this video. You know, one more thing I want to tell you about. Oh God, there's a little piece of hair that is out. Use my finger. Guys, when you're setting your hair, you have to be very careful, you know, because you pull one strand, you can affect your work and ruin it. Or you might break your hair, and you don't want to do that, you know, because one of the beauty of doing your hair is that you have passion, you have like patience for your own hair, and you want to care it, unlike somebody else who you're paying like you're just doing a job. Okay, so if you're going to do it yourself, make sure that you give yourself the best treatment. Anyway, so as I was saying, yes, last night I was up and I decided I want to watch a romantic movie. And then I ended up watching a lot. I watched this movie called Failure to Launch. First, I watched it. I think that movie is so old. I've heard the name before, but I've never watched it. Or maybe I just see it advertised, or maybe, I mean, it's a very old movie, you know? So I guess I heard the name and I see like the title somewhere, but I just never paid attention to it. So I finally watched that movie, Failure to Launch. I can't believe I actually enjoyed it, guys. I enjoyed that movie. So if you're not into romantic movies, you'll probably like Failure to Launch. All right, so I watched it and then I had some work to do, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch another one. And then I decided to watch one. What's it called? Here look like it have some. Feel like it have some knotty hair here. This is probably some regrowth, and it's short until this side. I could stop here. It's very coarse. These my fingers. It's very coarse. Yes, I watched this movie Until When or something like this. I can look on Netflix right now to see if I can see the history. But it had in guy, short guy. What's his name? The short guy who always with Will Smith. Oh, my leg is scratching. What a short guy name. He's very nice. He's very hilarious. That short guy was there, and then some other typical people was there. I think it's called Till When. Mm-hmm. It's a pity Netflix doesn't give you history. Does it give you history? I don't know. I'm clicking into something called my list, and I'm not seeing my list. I'm going to go home. I don't know how to watch. I don't know how to use Netflix. I'm going to go to romance and see if they give me the name of the movie. I don't know what's this.
Cross Simon off the list.
What?
Guys, I don't know how to use this, so we're just going to come off. So Kevin Hart. Yes, that's his name, Kevin Hart. So yes, and then I watched this other one, something about wedding. But these were what Americans call black comedies. And trust me, guys, they were more interesting than the white comedies. Why is it they say black comedies or black romance and they don't say white romance? Why is it that? Why is it like that? Anyways, so after that, no, I was doing some work and then I end up back on Netflix, because I was by myself. And then I end up typing black comedies, because I know in America they like to say that. So I wanted to see all the ones with the black people because it's more real, it's not fake or stupid or some high school thing. It's like very realistic and it have more heart and the music and it's more romantic and have feelings and it's authentic. So I did that. And then this thing came up, something about black or white. And apparently it seemed as if this was some kind of story of Colin Kaepernick. Guys, you need to watch it. I watched several episodes of it. It's ongoing. It's on Netflix. Why is my hair thick hair? It's like it coarse. I'm looking in the mirror down there. It's a very small mirror. Very coarse hair. What is happening? Do I have a lot of short hair? Very coarse. Nice. With Colin Kaepernick, and he talked about what happened to him in high school, and it's like it's like a little bit of a, like Raymond, something about Raymond or whatever that comedy was with a little boy, something like that. So just look for it. You will hear his experience, and he was talking about how when he was in high school, like they showed like a movie, like a series. Well, it is a series, and how it was so hard for him to get the basketball scholarship and the work that he had to put in. I'm not talking like just training, like then he had to be like deliberate, like doing deliberate actions to be seen, and he was going through the extreme. Like there was nothing that he did not do. In the end, he got it, but it was very good to see, because a lot of times you are doing things and then it doesn't work out for you and you think, okay, well, it was never meant to be. But how he was working, like if some people had experienced that, I know I've experienced that to some degree, and you think, oh, maybe it's not meant to be, or it's not meant to be because he really tried hard, like he really tried hard. But the difference is that he didn't give up. And there was so much reasons to give up because he literally tried everything. Like he was the best player, but being the best was probably 10%, right? And they kept to hold him down, even though he was the best. They hold him back. They hold him back just because of his skin color. They hold him back. And I'm sure that a lot of us can identify that in our lives. Like a lot of us have talents and we're very good at things, but people hold us back. In his movie, they hold him back because of his skin color. But there are different other ways people hold you back, like your family members and whatever, co-workers, they will hold you back also, and you may think, and they will hold you back under the guise of this is their modus operandi, or in terms of how they operate, like rules and stuff, and you're not being qualified, but it's a lie, you know they're motivated to hold you back. So they create these scenarios to hold you back, right? And the average of us, when we realize, okay, it's against the rule or they made this new rule, like you'll be like, okay, there's nothing I can do because this is the rule, whatever. No, his parents, he's very lucky that he had those parents, right? His parents encouraged him to, okay, this is what happened, make the best of it. They're holding you back, they put you in an area that you don't want to be in, but be the best in that area to show them. And he did it, and still he wasn't good enough because, I mean, he's still black. That's really the problem. So, um, then he was doing other sports, and then he ended up being very good at baseball. And everybody wanted him to go to baseball because he was so good at it, but his heart wanted him to do football, right? And they were pushing him to it, intimidating into it. He had so much schools that wanted him with scholarship, and he had no schools that wanted him for football. And he took it to the end. He had all the advantages of this baseball career, but he still hold out. Till some several points, like his parents was trying to probably like say maybe you should do baseball, blah blah. They were even trying to encourage him now, like maybe to give up the football. But then he decided not to, right? Which is another way of people holding you back because you know what is in your heart, and the system was holding him back, right? And then he tried so hard, right? Like attend all the camps, the football camps, just to see if he can get recognition in the country. His father drove him to these places and he got enrolled in them and blah blah blah. And a lot of parents would not do that for you. A lot of parents would not do that for you. Even friends would not do that for you. So he was very lucky that his parents helped him. And then they, in their way, they wanted to give up. They were telling him, like, maybe you need to do the baseball, which is another way of people holding you back because they see a passion, but then after a while they give up, because I mean, it's not really their life. And I don't think they were trying to be mean. It's just that they were just exhausted. But he held the faith, even though his parents was encouraging and they were giving up, but he still hold the faith. And because he hold the faith, then his parents were back on track, trying to help him. His his baseball coach was like trying to persuade him. The news team, it was like the community effort trying to tell him not to hold out to football. Like everybody was against his decision, and he held it to the last inning. And then what finally happened is that he had like because he was good in lots of sports, right? He was good in maybe basketball. Yeah, he was good in basketball, baseball, football. So he had like a foot no a basketball tournament, and his mom was telling him like, you need to go to sleep now. You can't be outside because you get sick easily, right? And the next morning he was sick. And that again is a holdback, guys. Kaepernick went through a lot, and a lot of us don't realize that these things are also holdback. Like if your health is not in proper order, this is how you can be held back. People are going to be against you. This is a holdback. The system was against him. This was a holdback. What was also a holdback was that the fact that he was good in something else, right? That is also one of the devils, because you will see that you're good at this, but your heart is not there. And you can be tricked into accepting this. But he stood out. He was not going to do this, right? He he went through all of the pressures, knowing that this probably will be his last opportunity, right? He held out to the very end, until the point where I guess he thought he was beyond the end, you know. So I was happy to see it because you don't realize that people who are successful or people who have gotten to certain place in life, you don't realize that the holdback that you are feeling or the threats that you are feeling against your true power will manifest themselves in these ways, you know, and you don't understand like what you have to do to get what you want, because being the best, coaching, training every day wasn't it. Being the best wasn't enough. As I said, that was like 10%. Then he had to do extra, and that wasn't enough. To one point, his parents decided, okay, they're going to enroll him with this very famous guy and to increase his skill, and his skill increased like many fold. That wasn't enough. Then his parents decided, okay, fine, so we're going to send clips out because for them to consider you, they have to see you. And the system at his high school didn't want him to be seen. So therefore, he needed to make himself to be seen. So he sent out, his parents sent out football clips of him to all the schools in America. You know my school in America? Send out all of them. So you always need quality people around because he was just a kid, you know, like you need people who would go in battle with you, right? So they help him with this one. That still wasn't enough, right? Then another holdback is when his parents start to give up. And you have to realize that even when your quality people are giving up, you still cannot. You still cannot, right? You still cannot, right? And so he kept on pushing until they were back on board. And basically, he was beyond done. He was like beyond tired, you know? And he this game that his mom was telling him about, his basketball game, the next morning he was like sick as hell, and that was a holdback. Physiologically, that was a holdback, but he persisted and he played the game, and he played a very good game even though he was very sick and tired. And then somebody was in the audience who knew somebody from a different school and told him about him, and based on his skill in basketball, he was recognized. And then the guy contacted his friend from this other school. This is how he got the chance to do football. Can you imagine? It's not the skill that he trained so hard for. It's not the skill that he showed the world. It's some other skill that gave him the entry into football. So this was really tough, because if anybody else had to go through it, a lot of us had to go through this, and we gave up because we were saying, oh, I did everything, like, because he literally did everything. He did everything in the name of football, and none of it wasn't enough. But at the same time, we're not thinking that other things could help us to get it. And maybe he wasn't even thinking that 100%, but the things that he committed himself to do it, and he committed to do it himself to do it at a high level, and to succeed. And this was like the final Hail Mary. This was really a struggle. And this is like almost, when you see it, it's like you would say like he shouldn't have made it. There's no way he could have made it. There was too much obstacles. Like he was like so good in it, in the football. Like what else there to do? Everybody would have given up after you do everything. Like he literally did everything. Would have given up. But I guess the lesson is right here is that you first, you shouldn't even consider giving up after, you shouldn't consider giving up until you have given up everything. And when you given everything, that is when you should start, maybe be comfortable that you are qualified. It's not going through the rigors, okay, I'm going to try to be this and be it. No, no, no. That's not when you're qualified. You are qualified after you have given up, after you have done every possible thing. Then you just start get qualification. That's when your qualification for you to deserve what you want started. Is after you have done every possible thing. And the magic start happen when you branch out to other areas and you be successful in it. I think that is like the magic area. Like they say, after a while, you just floating because there's nothing humanly possible you could do afterwards. So everything is just a matter of energy and time. And they have a way of saying how you do one thing, you do everything. So his skill in basketball was perfect. He sent out his energy. And if he could have basically, that's what happened. If you could have that passion, that drive for that sport, what else? How else would you look at the sport as you actually want to be at? And that is the passion that saved him. This was really inspirational, guys. um, I think you need to watch it because we don't really realize the extent to it. And try to hang out with people who are, I would say, I'm just going to use this word guru in the field, because sometimes you think you're working hard, and the point is that you haven't started. You haven't started. You know, if you look what happened to Kaepernick, you realize you haven't started. Like superstardom, and I'm talking superstardom in anything. It don't have to be like TV or sports or whatever. Superstardom have a level that the average man cannot fathom. And it's only when you're around those people that you realize what it takes. You can't just be by yourself, because if you're by yourself, you don't realize what it takes. You may be reading, doing courses, and you think you know what it takes. You don't know what it takes. You have to check the superstars, like real life superstars. And then when you see the struggle that they go through, you realize, oh, start nothing yet. Anyways, I enjoyed speaking Pato on this video today. I haven't spoken Patois in a long time. I'm sure people who know me would be surprised by this video because I spoke a lot of patois and I was very casual today. I must say I found a YouTube channel of some people who living in London, who living in England, and they are Jamaican roots. Actually, the mother is, and it's very funny. And actually, I think it's a very strong channel in terms of relationship, in terms of being honest and having open communication, and the relationship between mother and daughter and child. So I recommend that you watch it. I'm going to see if I can find them and tell you the name of the channel. Like, I like Caribbean people bad, I must tell you. Like, the commitment that we have to each other, the honesty that we have to each other, I think they are just amazing people, right? Amazing. Okay, there they are. I pressed something, so it's gonna take me. They're called, okay, the channel is called Miss R Fabulous. Okay, let me see if I can open one of the page. Don't really want it to play. I just want to copy their link and just put it in my description, because yes, I mean, Caribbean people might say they're brawling, but that's not the point. The principles that they're talking about is good, right? How they live, how they love each other, how they communicate. Like, most of us need to learn how to be honest and how to communicate. And this channel and this family is exemplary. It is exemplary. Don't watch, you're going to watch them and say, oh, they probably have they're not polished. This is nonsense. Because there's a lot of people who are polished and they live a life of misery because they don't have good family relationship and they don't learn how to communicate and they don't learn to accept each other. And this family is doing this perfectly well. So all of us can learn from them. So I am going to, okay, here it is. I'm going to copy right now. And then I'm going to, oh my God, where's my live stream? And I'm going to end this live stream and I'm going to add it to it. Okay, ciao, guys. It was so fun today. Thank you for being my company. Bye.